I'm Troy Kirby with a quick look at the 2022 Washington State legislative session.
Not much catches me speechless, but this does. So, and not only that, but we have senators who actually came all the way over to this side of the rotunda to step into our hearing room and tell us about their bill.
The House Consumer Protection and Business Committee held a public hearing on Senate Joint Memorial 8004, which addresses de-risking by financial institutions. The bill passed the Senate 47-0 and would have to pass the House in order to go to the governor's office for an opportunity to be signed into law.
I'm Drew Boughton, for the record, here from the Department of Financial Institutions. Thank you for hearing my testimony. The department is signed in as other on this, but we think this initiative is important. There's some details maybe we could discuss, but we generally think this is something that is necessary in advancing the cause of money service businesses that serve underserved communities in our state.
I generally don't like these letters to Santa Claus. I think that's why I was without recommendation out of committee last time. But I just wanted to share something with you and conclude with a question, of course, Mr. Chair, that I think makes your piece of or your resolution even more important and maybe justifies being an exception to this policy of not sending these letters to the federal government as a general rule, and that is what's going on or what happened in the last year in Afghanistan, Senator. I know a lot of my colleagues in the military community are very concerned about some of our friends some relationships we established when we were in Afghanistan, and some folks who are in some pretty tough times over there do have family members here now in the United States and are trying to find a way to get resources back there, and the system is quite convoluted, as I'm sure you can imagine.
This is an issue that the Department of Financial Institutions has been grappling with since it sort of emerged in the aftermath of the Twin Towers attack on 9/11. This most recent effort of the Department of Financial Institutions to step into with more tools to serve our communities, and the communities that the good gentleman from the 15th described, mostly refugee immigrant communities trying to support their families overseas, has been quite extensive.
We need our immigrant businesses to be able to serve their communities in ways that the community members are comfortable and have assurance that the needs of their friends and relatives back in the country that they're sending to are met.
On behalf of the consumers of Washington State, especially for immigrants who are trying to help out, and many of them, it takes them a lot of hours to earn those money. So could you very briefly describe how, if we don't address this, what the impacts are on Washingtonians as far as costs that they must incur if we don't address this?
One cost I think is just it's unforgivably high is the cost of public safety in these communities. I mean, what ends up happening is the remittance, the community brings forward funds, hard-earned funds that they want to send to other parts of the world that where they have people that need the money, and they're basically operating on a cash basis. If they can't get a bank account, they can't use the existing financial infrastructure. They have to transport those funds, by airplane to the countries where the remittances are to be distributed.
Thank you for watching the 2022 Washington State legislative session.